I never heard strange voices or had visions of angels, of devils. Nothing so impressive. I just thought that was the right thing to do. Babayeto liem biguni, jinalako litukuse, ufame wako ufike, utakalo lifanike duniani kama mbinguni, utopeleo mkate wetu wa kila siku, kama makosa yetu, kama tunavyosamehe sisi waliotukosea, usitutie katika kishawishi, lakini utuopoe maovuni. Amin. At the beginning, to me, it was like to be in a fanfare that was moving too fast. It is very difficult to understand a society when you are socialized in a different one, when you have grown up in a system that is totally different. It looks better just only because it is the one you know better. Of course, at the beginning it's very tough. It's very difficult because I did not really understand anything of the culture I was introduced to. But after a while, something begins to become familiar. The situation in the slum is complicated, and it's a situation that has been created in more than 30 years. Incomprehensible behaviors or habits in reality are there because the structure has forced them to come out. And sometimes it's just the normal way of survival. But there is also a lot of good, I would say. And people also learn how to get organized. Some people are involved in small businesses to deal with the normal running of life. Some people are able to do this as a small community, as a small group, and in that they are helping each other. Some other people, unfortunately, have chosen an easier way, that is stealing, assaulting. It happens, but is not the rule in the slum. Is an unfortunate exception. In the slum, there is not real a presence of the government. The police is not there, or is there but is not ready to act. It's very difficult to track a thief. Sometimes people feel that justice is not made. And so that when they are not able to put up with the situation any longer, they decide to make just by themselves. They call it mob justice. A thief is got, he runs away, people shout, and a group of people finally catch him and deal with him or her accordingly. Sometimes people are just beaten up to death or even worse. Uchungu hapa? Sema A. Mami, no, not like that. Okay. Okay. Pole mami. Umesikia uchungu?
Na baridi nyingi.
Unakoa?
Sikohoi.
No cough, but the chest
nakwama huko.
feels like the chest is congested.
I was given the chance to a first exposition to Africa in 2005. 6 months working as a general doctor in a rural hospital in northeast Uganda. I came to Nairobi 1 year ago for a period of studies and to live a particular phase of the formation in the Commune family. I live in this community that is an international community. I have been given the chance to work weekly in a slum area of Nairobi that is called Korogocho. I go there twice in a week. Okay, basta. Normally, Comboni brothers possess a profession, a job for which they are qualified, and they share these skills and knowledge with the people in the mission. In my case, my field of work is the health, because I'm a doctor, and I looked around and I found a project run by the Community Missionary Sisters in the slum of Korogocho. It's a project of home-based care for people living with HIV/AIDS. We ask you to bless her and to continue to protect her and her family. We ask you strength in this moment of disease, and we ask you for her a quick recovery. Women are usually more likely to get infected during sexual intercourse, for instance, because the exposed surface of mucosa is bigger than the one of men. Also, if violence is used, then they are also more vulnerable in that sense. In most cases, women are the head of the family, and sometimes they are alone. So if they get sick, all the family suffers, and most of all the children. I would say many children have learned how to cope with difficult situations, but some of them are just too little, too young to do something. And it is good to give support to these women by the community workers that create a network of solidarity around the person. Baba yetu uliye mbinguni, jina lako litukuzwe, ufalme wako ufike, utakalo lifanyike duniani kama mbinguni. Utupe leo mkate wetu wa kila siku, kama tunavyokosea.
Hivi mzuri, sika moto kabisa kabisa kabisa. Waka bas, bas. Ah! Waka hivi, bas. 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 Bas, sabu hizo hizo. Bas. Siwezi kubeba na pesa. Nini inaendelea?
Ni wageni wa brother. Kwani unauza gani? Hebu nione. Kwani iko na nini?
Na pofu.
This is a homemade soap. Maybe I can tell you something about the last woman we saw. She started the antiretroviral, but then she dropped, and so she's not really willing to cooperate. But she developed some problem due to the fact that the infection has progressed. So actually we have treated her for an oral candidiasis, but since she has been having headache for long, we suspect that she can have a sort of meningitis caused by cryptococcal. Luckily enough, she responded very well to the treatment for oral candidiasis, and then she became willing to go for further investigation. While the last man fell when he was taking a shower, and he had some problem in the back. I was never attracted from the vocation to priesthood. I felt that being a priest, I would not be able to share deeply with the people. But by being a brother, I feel that this sharing is real and challenging every day. It happened to me to be a doctor, but I felt that I was called to be a brother.